left to stay. Pull me back, take my hand, call my name. You understand, I wanna stay. 'Cause I don't wanna walk away. 'Cause I don't wanna walk away. 'Cause I don't wanna walk away. Yeah, I'm stuck in your space. It's my luck, the only way you understand. There's nothing left to say. Pull me back, take my hand, I wanna leave. You understand, I wanna stay. 'Cause I don't wanna walk away. I wanna see you while you full of pride. Even though you told me to get back your heart, still spinning inside your orbit. I should probably start to walk away. I'm hoping that you're still make me have to stay. 'Cause I'm floating in your orbit. Pull me back, take my hand, call my name. You understand, I wanna stay. 'Cause I don't wanna walk away. Yeah, I'm stuck in your space. It's my luck, the only way you understand. There's nothing left to say. Pull me back, take my hand, I wanna leave. You understand, I wanna stay. 'Cause I don't wanna walk away. Pull me back, take my hand, call my name. You understand, I wanna stay. 'Cause I don't wanna walk away. Cause I don't wanna walk away. Cause I don't wanna walk away.
Real love, now I see you. Yeah, you know I do to make it through the times we had. I see it now, I see it now. Real love, now I break through to show to you that I'm more good than I am bad. I work it out, I work it out. And I'll be somewhere that you need me, and I'll be holding my breath, waiting for you to show. Yeah, somewhere deep inside of you, I know you want me. You're just afraid to say. Real love, now I see you, and I'll make it through to find the life that we once had. I see it now, I feel it now. Real love, now I see you, yeah, you know I do to make it through the times we had. I see it now, I see it now. Real love, now I break through to show to you that I'm more good than I am bad. I work it out, I work it out. And I'll be somewhere that you need me, and I'll be holding my breath, waiting for you to show. got the juice, yeah, I got the juice. Whip game cool, make them look like cool. Always play cool, that's the biggest rule. Fuck that, what they doing, keep on doing that. I've been making loot since like 22. Ask me how I made it right here in the booth. I'm always pursued cause of what I pursue. That's greatness, yeah, I gotta make it, I got things to lose. Boy, wanna get in my crew, but you can't get in my crew. Me, XL, and Huber, way too fireable. When this joint drop, better call the troops. And when you hear the drop, better raise the roof. Better raise the roof. You already know what happens when we link up. Let's go. Yeah, I got the juice. Yeah, I got the juice. Whip game cool, make them look like cool. Always play it cool, that's the biggest rule. Forget what they doing, keep on doing so.
Hello and welcome everyone to the Collegiate Esports Hub, Illinois State University and Illinois University Overwatch Showdown match. My name is Gutsy and I'm here with Waffles for Sid, Hold the Pancakes, as we're going to be bringing you some awesome Overwatch action. How you doing today, Waffles?
I am doing fantastic, and nice intro there. I've never had anyone hold the pancakes for me, so appreciate that, sir. Make sure you bring maple syrup, though. That's always what you need for the nice finish here, and we are going to be covering both the semis and the grand finals today, Gutsy. It's going to be quite a matchup with, Illinois State University, like you mentioned, going up against University of Illinois. Obviously here, we're going to start off looking at the teams, kind of who's on which side. It's a little confusing with both Illinois on the board. And looking at Illinois blue here, we see Iraq Canada coming through and XOJ Factual shout out to Waffles here. I'll do my best to be unbiased, but you know, much love to you specifically. OMG, it's Sakai. There it is. Look at that. Take a little pause. And Pachi here to finish us out. Over on the Redbird side, we have Novagal, Crimson. We've got Bagel moving through with Big, May, Main, and Sam to finish up, which I gotta say, Gutsy, these are some fun facts we have about some of these players.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying the trend here. You have a tsunami from Waffles was inches from my house, and then it just kind of carried on from a tornado was inches of volcano. So they're looking like they're living in some dangerous areas here. But we got Sam, again, with the good old, I like long walks on the beach. That's something you like putting in your dating profiles. And then
Right.
Bagel, again, is wanting to mention that Bagel is not bread. I need to fact check that. Is Bagel? Bagel is definitely bread. Not exactly. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's in the umbrella of bread. I'm gonna disagree with that player fact. Hopefully, Bagel can bring the bread for the team.
Absolutely.
Looks like good.
Yeah, but we're actually looking at a best of 5 here. Again, we are hosting both a semis one as well as another semis before we bring it on to the grand finals. But it is going to be a best of 5 here for both of these semifinals matches here, as we have the maps for Control, Esker, Hybrid, as well as Assault here. Just to let you know that there will be a coin flip here. Winning team will choose map 1, and then the loser will choose game 2. So that is something to definitely look forward.
We got the results of that coin flip, actually, and it's going to be Illinois Blue here from University of Illinois winning the coin flip and selecting Lijiang Tower as their first map. So in theory, this should be the one that they are the most comfortable and confident on moving into this first round. And Gutsy, I wonder if that will be a factor in some of the tempo setting we see kicking off the series.
I completely agree. And one of the things I love about Overwatch, right, is these teams that choose these map ones, it's so exciting to see what sort of tempo they do bring to the table here. Like with Control, are they going to be more methodical? Are they going to do more of a dive comp to kind of just get aggressive in their face and get that control initially onto the side and kind of just set the vibe from there on out? So again, not very familiar with the plays or the team comps from both these teams, but I'm super excited to see how both of these teams bring it into these matches.
Yeah, well, I know Redbirds in particular have been quite a name in the esports scene. They've performed really well in the past across the collegiate level, and they have a lot of experience as well working together. So it's always tough going up against a team that has so much synergy. And you know, when you have that much synergy and history with each other, that means you can really anticipate each other's moves before they're already in danger or overextended too much. You can throw those resources to save them.
As we are bringing the team fight onto site here pretty heavily, just what I was hoping to see, a bit of aggressiveness already. Nova getting into the face here of Illini Blue, as they are now going to back up here. XOJ going down initially. Waffles following up with a kill along with Iraq, Canada, and trades are coming out in favor of Illini Blue.
That was a nice job coming through from Illini Blue to open up this fight. Obviously, both these teams are fast moving with the Symmetras and Lucios, but it is going to be tough for Redbird to push into the fortress. It is going to be tough for Illini Blue to push it, or Redbird to push into the fortress Illini Blue has set up.
Yeah, and I just love the control here from Illini Blue, and then they just got in their face continually as the shatter here from Reinhardt for Iraq Canada is coming in. He's going to just destroy it, and it is just an absolute stomp here in their spawn. Illini Blue saying, hello, wake up, as they have got a team kill so early here in map 1. Wow.
Now, Redbird is going to have an even tougher battle this time, because right now they're about to push into 3 ultimates online. Granted, they both have the amplification matrix to go 1-for-1 on, and really curious to see how they're going to be leveraging them to their fullest.
Waffles coming in here with this ult there, dropping them into the team. We have Bastion setting up his ult as well. Patchy able to destroy the immortality field. XOJ coming in with another nice kill along with Waffles, and It has just been Illini Blue all day here in Lijiang Tower so far. Kai picking up another kill as well. Waffles, I mean, Redbird can't even step out of their spawn here, and they are just holding them. They cannot leave.
And that is being enabled by the speed boost of Pachi, right? Pachi here is helping Illini Blue control the tempo of their pushes, of the fights, and they're able to kite back away from Redbird when they aggress forward. Wow, that was a nice closeout, okay? Redbird here had some win conditions they were trying to leverage, and Illini Blue pretty much just shut them down before they could even make it through the choke point.
Yeah, you know, and looking at again at these coin flips, thinking like Lijiang Tower, Illini Blue chooses this map. They're obviously going to be pretty comfortable, and they are showing it right here as Kai's coming in here with this ult, able to pick up 3. As that
what
was
a combo!
Beautiful kill.
Wow, I'm surprised the overtime bar was triggered there in the end, but it's going to be short-lived. Illini Blue going to take this round cleanly in a 100-0 cap.
I mean, that was just a clinic displayed here by Illini Blue. Redbird Academy, just little to no ground here. Out of their spawn there, a bit shaken up. Let's see how they do here. As we are getting a replay here from now, Iraq Canada with that Earth shot. I mean, that was just huge there. Just continuing to hold them right as soon as they come out of their spawn. I mean, little to no room. They couldn't even get onto site here.
I love the communication that has to be going through Illini Blue to pull off those types of plays. We're moving over to, you know, the next map, and it is a little bit different. I love we have 2 Doomfists on the table right now, Gutsy. It is going to be a slugfest as everyone's already here on the point.
Yeah, as both teams are conversion, it is just everything's there's so much going on. Factual, again, Canada and Apache all able to get kills here at the same time. Iraq Canada taking D.Va out of her mech. Kai following up with that kill there. But Iraq Canada is actually going to fall off a bit of a blunder. But nonetheless, Illini Blue is going to get the point.
I mean, a really nice job. Kai had an opening pick as that Doomfist, really set his team up for success. And, well, XOJ is already at 69% for that wall. It was so effective last time at repelling a lot of ultimates that, you know, excited to see them as they've already pushing in.
Mainline getting on the site first here, trying to do what they can, but Iraq Canada is just putting on a show here for Illini Blue. Iraq Canada getting multiple kills there. Mainline trying to do as much as they can, but unfortunately getting knocked off the map there by Kai. And, I mean, just like Control, right? Or, sorry, Control Tower, Illini Blue just setting the tempo, just not letting Redbird able to do anything here.
Well, Illini Blue looks really comfortable on this King of the Hill defense, which means Redbird has to push out of a small choke every single time, and pushing straight into an Earth Shatter once again as Redbird just falls straight into Illini Blue, waiting patiently around this corner. Gutsy, we are at 55%, and Illini Blue still gonna have the resources to continue holding, and Redbird not coming up on as many ultimates as they would like. They need to do a bit of a conservative push, build up some win conditions, and go for it really strong once Sam has that EMP.
Yeah, as we saw the Doomfist getting switched off to the Samba, trying to see if they can do a little bit of something else here. Maybe Sam try to get behind the backs of Illini Blue to try to see if they can get some pressure off of the team so they can come out of spawn here, as Waffle is trying to get a little bit of pepper spray on it here, but Mainline dropping the ult there on XOJ, taking out Factual as well. Iraq Canada going down, as we're now seeing a bit of life here from Redbird Academy, as they are able to get the necessary picks here. Patchy trying to stall here on the point, try to get as much percentage as possible, and Redbird Academy able to get the point now.
And, you know, it was not the most expensive fight for Redbird, right? They did a good job using only the self-destruct. Now they have 2 support ultimates online. It's going to be about receiving and mitigating the other win conditions online from Illini Blue, including the Earth Shatter once again. Hole 4!
Just as you say that, Earth Shatter comes out, but Sam using the EMP. Let's see if that does anything. It does not. Kai coming in with a triple kill. Wow, and the team kill right there. As soon as they lose it, they get it back. Illinois Blue able to take map 1 Lijiang Tower. Wow, that was fast. I don't have it to watch on, but I would say that was easily less than 7-8 minutes. That was just... I got to see this pot G, because Iraq Canada had at least 3 or 4 of them during that match.
Everyone take a seat. Quintuple kill. Isn't that always nice? Hear that ringing through in your gameplay. You know, you get just free room to swing away after everyone's, you know, taking a seat on the ground. And, you know, Iraq Canada just tore it up with those. We saw repeated ones, and I'm sure we're going to see them flooding the highlight reel with how fast he's been building Earthshatter.
Yeah, no, I mean, you look at Illini Blue, right? I mean, every single player, even Patchy, right, had some insane plays. Any of them could have essentially gotten a pot G. They had highlights galore. XOJ with their Symmetra was able to hold it down. I mean, there was just a lot of huge plays from every single member of Illini Blue. Redbird Academy, not sure. I mean, it is 7 o'clock, so I'm only assuming they've had their cups of coffee. Maybe they haven't woken up yet. Maybe they're on a teaching schedule like me and waking up at 3 p.m. But who knows? But I'm really, really hoping that that was just like a map they usually don't practice too much on. Maybe they still need to work out their kinks for the team comp, but I'm really hoping map 2 is not as far one-sided, and maybe Redbird Academy is able to kind of bring it back into a more evenly up match.
Well, we also want to keep in mind that it was Illinois Blue who picked Lijiang Tower. So they knew going in that that was gonna, you know, that was gonna be their kung fu. They're gonna feel good. And now it's going to be Illinois State University with the map pick. And, you know, if they're really into maybe more of a poke composition and Illinois Blue can't combat that, could spell trouble, but it looks like we're gonna go over to the good old reliable Kings Row.
Kings Row. You know, I do like hybrid, right? I do like, I really do.
I love that pause
not so much.
that you think about it.
Because
do I like it?
You know, I base it off my own experience, right? Like Kings Row, like usually when I do play ranked, I think my win percentage is at least maybe a 20% on Kings Row. But I do like the layout of the map, right? There's a lot of stuff you can do. Again, with defense on Kings Row, one of the things obviously you want to do, like every map, is to try to burn as much time as possible for that offensive side that it is going to be busting through those doors and trying to take that point as fast as possible. So for the defensive side, again, could we see a Symmetra again, maybe from Illini Blue? More than likely. As far as the rest of the team comp, again, anything goes. That's the beauty of Overwatch, right? Is there's just endless team comps, right? And we don't really, again, know too much about these teams, but I'm assuming if it's not broke, don't fix it. So I can only assume that Illinois Blue is going to be running more or less some sort of a dive team comp. If they are on attack on defense, who knows?
Well, and the nice thing about, you know, trying to guess what compositions they may or may play is that right now Overwatch 1, the meta is in a good place that you can run a variety of compositions and they are all effective and they all have the times and places to be used. It's really about how good and effective is your enemy running their own strategy, and what is the topography of the map really going to yield for you to get the best results. And at Kings Row, we are at literally, I think, one of the most classic Overwatch maps. This is the map everyone has played the most since the beta came out.
And that's crazy to know, right? Because again, if you've been playing since the start of this game, you have a ton of experience, right? As we actually are going to see Redbird Academy pulling out the old Symmetra here on attack. XOJ is actually going to switch off Symmetra and go to a Cassidy role.
Love this teleporter opening up here on the high ground, running the Simba strat more or less from the top, and does already fall down in the confusion, okay? XOJ got that kill early on, and, well, Illini Blue still holding here. I don't know if that wall was intentional, but it didn't matter because the kill definitely was coming through from Kai, as Illini Blue just gonna hold this point strong.
Yeah, and just what we saw in Lijiang Tower, right? Illini Blue was like, you know what, we're playing defense, but how about we bring the fight to them? And they did so, and they just pushed them again back into their spawns. The Redbird Academy, bit of a reset here, trying to see if they need to change their team comp at all, as they are going to wait for everyone to come out of spawn here before they decide what to do next.
And Big just switched over to that Zenyatta, and Bagel here is now on this Mei as well, Gusty.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how this plays out here, as Bagel's actually pretty aggressive, but is going to get taken out there. Iraq Canada able to pick up 2. XOJ with an ult there, able to take, sorry, Mainline out of mech here. And it is a team kill again. Illini Blue is just displaying just pure dominance.
Illini Blue has also been doing a really good job at ult conservation and rotation, right? They only burned 2 ultimates during that fight, and that is textbook definition of how you want to be running these fights. And they're opening up it again here with the amplification matrix and May walls to close people off.
As Billy's coming in left and right here, team fight over here on the left side of the statue. Ult coming in, Waffles able to pick up 2. XOJ following up with the kill on his own. As Redbird Academy once again is going to have to push back, take a bit of a break here and try to regroup here. As Patchy, the healer, being a bit aggressive there on top of Buzz, trying to get a little bit of damage for himself.
I like that Patchy is going to go ahead and tow back his friend. Illini Blue gives this space, right? They can afford to give this space here, and the Blizzard Throne eaten right away by Main from the Hungry Defense Matrix, and now Amp Matrix pop here for Redbird as it is chaos on the point. The sound barrier is going to extend this team fight and maybe allow them to stay in it a little bit longer, but Illini Blue just came back and cleaned up.
Yeah, and I like how Redbird Academy was a bit aggressive there. They used the May wall, right, to try to buy them a little bit of time here. And I love how Illini Blue actually backed up first, tried to regroup. I'm sure they had an IGL telling them, hey, we're going to do this, and that's exactly what they would do. They were able to execute with the Kai ult, and they were able to take that side. However, Redbird Academy did get 2 ticks. So now, even though time is against them, they only have to capture 1 last tick there, and they are able to push that payload, hopefully, into Illini Blue spawn.
An early pick as well onto Crimson, so that is going to burn off more time, but that's okay, Gusty. Redbird still has time to do a full regroup and push, and looks like they're going to keep continuing with a nasty 2K bomb after that.
Yeah, Mainline there coming up with a clutch double kill there, able to pick up 2, and as they are actually going to take control there, and now Redbird Academy able to make Illini Blue bleed a little bit there, as they are going to have to push back. Bagel being a bit aggressive. I'm loving this play here.
Absolutely
Bagel trying
nasty.
to be aggressive. Wow. I'm absolutely loving this. Redbird Academy say, hey, you know what? They've been aggressive with us these past map and a half. How about we take it to them now? And they are just being so aggressive, pushing Illini Blue into their spawn. Big going to get a kill there, as Bagel is able to follow up with the DMAC there from Waffles.
It is important that you take this much space, right? This is why everyone is so comfortable on King's Row. You can leave one person in the back, and you know that up there, it is a tough choke point to push through, and Redbird can take all the space they want to let this cart just continue rolling on forward. The more picks they force out, the more abilities they force out, and the more resources they can force out before Illini Blue can reach the cart is better, and they are still keeping this space and this forward aggression.
Yeah, no, I love how you put it. Again, Crimson just kind of chilling on cart there, trying to push. And I mean, look how much ground he's able to get, right? Payload is just mere meters away from that second checkpoint there. And I mean, that was just a great display there from Redbird Academy, able to get that space like what you had said, able to push Illini Blue, again, keep that pressure on them. And I mean, again, even though they're having to regroup, I mean, again, that payload is just so pushed up.
This is a very difficult spot, though, for Redbird to have the payload stop. We've seen it stall out many times here, and this dragon needs to be big if it's going to have a yield. Taken down on the side in the process, though, Gusty.
XOJ, yeah, catching Sam there, but it is not going to matter. Nova able to pick up 1 with the Earth Shadow. It is not going to be enough, though, as Iraq and Apache are able to get kills there. XOJ getting taken out here by Crimson, but it is not going to be enough here, as Crimson trying to get out there with his life. It is not going to happen, though, as Illini Blue able to stop that push there. But now, 40 seconds left.
I'm surprised that Illini Blue used so many ultimates for that fight. Typically, they've been a bit more conservative, but you know, you got to stop the point at some point, and you know, throw what you have to at it. Redbird though is going to have that amp matrix to open up the fight, and soon the sound barrier to reinforce it.
As Waffle's ult is able to come in, destroying the immortality field, as well as picking up Hanzo. As we're having one last team fight here, Big trying to heal up his team, try to keep his team as healed up as possible as they are trying to stay onto the point. Bagel pushing out the Blizzard here as they are trying to get as much space as possible. Both teams fighting for their life on the side there. Trades coming in left and right. Kai able to pick 2 big up kills. D-meching Mainline as Xoj is able to pick up a kill himself. And this is looking like Illini Blue may be holding on to this point. Yes, they will. Kai pushing out there with the ult, and that is going to be a beautiful hold here by Illinois. A valiant effort there from Redbird Academy. There is a lot going on there in that last team fight.
Yes, well, it was definitely ult city for both sides, and you know, they wanted to really stall the point out just before that second checkpoint, and now Illinois Blue has a very tangible win condition, right? They just need to get the cart moving just before the second checkpoint. And, you know, we saw how much momentum Redbird had through that streets phase, and we just talked about how long we've all been playing on Kings Row. We know how momentum can just snowball through the streets phase of a lot of different hybrid maps.
Absolutely, and like what you had said, I mean, aggressiveness for that second checkpoint was so crucial, right? And that's what allowed Redbird Academy to get so much space there. But that last little corner there is just so hard to push, right? Especially when you're so far from your spawn here. But we have switched sides. Redbird Academy now here is going to be on defense. Illini Blue is going to be the attacking side as Xoj here on the Widow. I love to see that. I always love to see a Widow off the initial site, right? Because so many people are expecting it.
Me too.
You know,
it's a low risk, high reward play right out of the gate at Kings Row. Out of a lot of places, it's a low risk, high reward. Why would you not?
Yeah, no, and again, more importantly, I'm more. Oh no, he baited me. He baited me. Oh, I was expecting a win.
That's what we get for talking about the attackers, okay? When they can still change.
I feel like he heard me almost, but Xoj is gonna go back on the Cassidy there, as Illini Blue is going to take it straight to Redbird Academy, but they did not like something as Sam was able to get a pick there, and they were just going to back off right then and there. They said, we are a man down. Let's take a little bit of time here to regroup, refresh. That is okay. We can lose a man and back up and regroup. So, and I like that from Illini Blue, but again, Redbird Academy is I feel like they've now woken up, like what I had said earlier. They seemed a bit off tempo. They weren't really sure like what they were doing, and they've been so much more aggressive here. As Nova able to fill up a kill, he's going to get traded there by Waffles. Immortality kill is going to get taken down here. Kai playing around statue as Sam is going to get a pick there onto Waffles. And again, Redbird Academy getting those onesies and twosies, but it is going to pay off for them.
I don't think Illinois Blue was ready for Sam to be on this Hanzo and to have all this oncoming extra damage thrown into the shield of Iraq Canada. Probably why he's gone down so many times, much faster than before. We see Blizzard here getting thrown from Redbird Academy as they continue to try and defend this point away from Illinois Blue, taking down Waffles in the process. Now Illinois Blue is down their off tank with more to follow, and it's going to be Redbird cleaning them up here before they can run back, or maybe just after they've come through the choke.
And these are the times where you really wish you could just kind of sit in that Discord call with, you know, these teams, right? Because Redbird Academy, again, I'm not sure if it was really known by, you know, maybe the viewers here, but Sam was able to use his ult there, followed up by Bagel's Blizzard, and it was just so coordinated, right? That not only were they able to do so much damage, but it pushed back Illini Blue, just wasting so much time here. But as they're going to reconverge on the side, that Earth Shadow gets blocked there by Bagel. Factual taking out the Immortality field, Mainline.
Man,
top of the
and it is chaos here on the point. Mainline goes ahead, throws the self-destruct, finding a kill in the process. Redbird wants to try and hold this point, but Illinois Blue has the spawn advantage. That's going to be the cherry on top. They needed more kills in their favor as they continue to handle the trickle of Redbird here on this first point. But I gotta say, with 1:25 on the clock, I am feeling good about this push.
Wow. That Mei wall came up at the best time possible.
I did see that, by the way.
I was speechless for a second.
It came up and it actually, so Iraq Canada did land the shatter onto Nova, but the wall was so fast there was zero follow-up potential. So he got the shatter out, ability forced out, and the ability gained 0 value.
I did not catch that, but no, thank you for pointing that out because
That's
I was
my job.
Yeah, wow. A beautiful counter, right? Nonetheless, that was just insane. But as XOJ having out his ult there, able to pick up one on the Nova as main tank is going to go down here for Redbird. Illini Blue slowly but surely pushing on this payload. Wall coming in here from Bagel to try to slow down a little bit as the payload is going to get contested here. Redbird Academy bringing the fight on over to Illini Blue, but Kai coming out with a blizzard here, trying to get some of the teammates from Redbird Academy pushed off on the side as Big is going to get frozen. Not going to get taken out just yet.
Nice job coming through here for Illini Blue, just continuing to progress forward, and there it is. Go ahead and take the Kings Row win. Illini Blue going to have a 2-1 lead in the series.
Play of the game.
I'm really in loving this Overwatch actually so far. You can tell both these teams practice, right? I mean, you can tell when a team is a pickup, right? Like it's a rank game, and when you're watching a team versus another team that both, scrim, right, weekly. I mean, Redbird Academy was just seen, you saw so much more coordination from Redbird Academy. Again, I don't want to sound like a broken record, and I don't want to bring up, right, the first, map, but Lijiang Tower, they just looked so slow there. But then going into Kings Row, they were able to pick it up. They brought the aggression to them. They said, look, Illini Blue likes bringing the fight to us. We'll bring it right back to them. And we saw them competing pretty heavily against Illini Blue, right?
And they had success with it. That's the important part.
Yes, absolutely. We saw multiple team fights, right, from Redbird Academy coming winning. Waffles came in with multiple, ult clutches. XOJ coming in there with the pick of his own. And look at this highlight right too here. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. I mean, obviously, we were talking about how we like this change that we see from Redbird, right? Right now, it looks like they are finding their footing, and it's nice to see that they are adapting and growing to what Illinois Blue are bringing to the table, right? This Kings Row map was not a repeat of what we saw during our control phase, and I am glad to see that Redbird is taking the fire and, harnessing it to enable their gameplay and to play better, instead of just letting it burn them up and fizzle out kind of uneventfully. They really came back here on Kings Row, did a great job taking all of that space, and I'm really looking forward to seeing, how they're going to continue to adapt against Illinois Blue moving into our third round. I think Bagel on the Redbirds did a phenomenal job on that Mei. You called out the wall. I've got the leisure of color watching the play. You're doing a lot of work in the middle of it, so I got to see some of those nuances and catch that little small transaction of letting the shatter happen and also blocking your teammate fast enough. And those are the types of small communications and synergies that really bring these teams to the next level. And like you said, show that they are real teams working together and training together and against each other, not just some pickup tra-la-la team rolling through.
Yeah, no, and again, I'm going to reiterate from both these teams, right? Again, for the rest of these teams competing, I mean, hats off to them for the amount of work they've been putting in this semester, previous semesters, right? I'm not exactly sure who's the freshmen, who's the young bloods, who's the more senior type leaders. But I mean, again, just the team comps, I'm sure the communication was on an all-time high here. But we are going to bring it to map 3 Redbird Academy backs against the wall. I want to see a sweep. I don't want to. I'm very unbiased, right? I'm very unbiased, Waffles, with these casts, but I love to see a reverse sweep. And Redbird Academy here.
Oh yeah.
On Dorado, as they are going to pick that map, in fact, and Illini Blue is going to pick defense. So, Redbird Academy, if any success has been seen, it's been the extremely aggressive plays from them. So I'm really hoping that we do see a bit of aggressiveness from them. They just out the gates. Maybe a bit of a dime comp, not exactly sure. We do have Sam on Echo. Bagel is going to be on the Tracer here, so it is kind of dive comp. I'm not too familiar with these super meta dive comps, Sid. Maybe you can kind of elaborate here.
It is. So it's going to be more of a dive style comp, and it's going to be a lot of harassment coming through. But we did it again. Let's talk about the defense. Which defense is already just opening out of the gate with so much damage in the face of Redbird. We've talked about this with Illinois Blue. We saw it on Control, how comfortable they were playing this king of the hill position and waiting for Redbird to essentially just walk out of either side of the choke. And now Redbird here, I like this switch over to the Bastion just to try and help them get out of the gate and really put in a huge amount of constant damage.
Yeah, and unfortunately, this is not how you want to start off a map here if you're on attack. Redbird Academy is just kind of in their spawn here as Kai is throwing up the wall there to kind of disallow this Bastion from using their turret here. And Illini Blue is just kind of bringing the fight to them. But they are exit onto the left side as Sam able to get that pick there as Echo.
There it is,
as
a couple of kills for Redbird here. It is going to give them a little bit of an advantage since they'll respawn faster, but Illinois Blue still going to have a few members on the point. They are playing so aggressive, and look at all of the ultimates that they have online already. They are getting a lot of value from their abilities, and pushing into Ant Matrix is not something Redbird wants to do. They're just going to wait that out. They've got the time, and at this point they need to carefully strategize so they can actually move this cart with a little bit left in the tank.
Yeah, as we're already seeing that Earth Shadow here from Iraq, Canada. Apache coming out with an ult by himself, or as himself. As Illini Blue is just going to continue holding Redbird Academy here in their spawn. Not seeing much of a team composition change as of yet, but there may be one soon, not exactly sure, as they were able to get a few picks in the beginning. But now, they're kind of just not really sure what to do next here, as these walls from Kai are just borderline getting on their nerves here, I can only imagine.
Self-destructs rolling through from both sides. Sam did switch over to that Echo a little while ago and got a lot of additional value for his team. Now self-destruct over the top clears even more space for Redbird to finally get out of their spawn and start rolling the payload forward. Illini Blue really happy with how much time they burned off the clock, and with Kai switching over to Tracer, Bagel's gonna have that pressure on him to really shut him down and make sure he's staying in his place. He'll have the help from Crimson of the Shield Bash, but still, we've seen the dangers Kai can bring to this table.
Oh yeah, and seeing, you know, XOJ on Echo, right? This is also a very dangerous duo you see here for attackers or DPS bringers. Iraq Canada here as Winston, but taken out of the sky there.
Illinois Blue doing a good job defensively. I mean, it's a little bit of a scrappy fight, and there's a couple back and forth, but they are stalling this point out as long as they can, and Redbird still managing to go ahead and push through, and honestly, both teams looking to try and build up that ult economy, and Redbird wants to take this space so they can prevent Illinois Blue from recontesting as successfully.
Yeah,
Kai
Redbird
gone.
Academy is, wow, once again.
Done so fast.
As these picks are coming in left and right here from Redbird Academy, as they are just setting a good pace here. As this last team fight here, a little bit of time left here on the clock, but that does not matter. Redbird Academy is going to get this payload here to the first checkpoint. We'd love to see it, as Sam is just going to continue to fly around, adding that pressure on the XOJ, a little bit of Echo v Echo action, but Iraq Canada is able to come in with assist there and help out. as Sam is going to go down here. Kai following up with a kill on his own. Bagel is going to pick up XOJ. So I'm really loving how Sam, right, just kind of pushed forward past his team and was continuing to add that pressure, even though they had gotten that first checkpoint.
Well, I like Kai moving over here on to this Sombra, getting another pick on to Big in the process. They're going to have to make sure they're protecting him when he walks back, because the last thing you want is any of your team members being picked in the back line 1v1'd by the Sombra, right? Kai giving this information is extremely valuable and pretty much gives everyone in Illinois Blue an advantage to know exactly where they're going and to be able to be shooting and looking in that direction before they make it there. Redbird, though, has a lot of abilities to try and win this fight.
Yeah, as ults were able to come in. Diva ult not able to do too much, but did add a bit of pressure there, trying to push back Illini Blue. As Nova here with Hammond able to hold on the side here, trying to create as much chaos here as possible. Illini Blue having the high ground here as they are
I like
trying
that Illini Blue are trying to keep this high ground, but Redbird wants to take it away from them. They are throwing so many resources, both teams trying to take this high ground away, and in the end, Illinois Blue has to commit that self-destruct over the top. A 4-man EMP is gonna be deadly there, Gutsy.
Yeah, a beautiful ult there from Kai. He was able to get so much information, right? Staying in the back line there at Redbird, just trying to create a little, you know, these little, how do you even describe it? Just like little ticks here and there, trying to annoy Redbird Academy, trying to hack some of their players, and then that EMP, right, just with the follow-up was just able to ultimately shut down Redbird Academy and push them back into their spawn.
Well, EMP is the most powerful ultimate in a game, right? And, well, they used it very well, clipped a lot of people, and now we're in last fight territory with Redbird having minimal ultimates. Rally here, gonna have a lot of pressure to enable the team.
Yeah, Apache's ult coming in clutch here as Illini Blue working with two ults here. We have XOJ and Factional both with their ults online, but Sam and Crimson do have ults in the south. As Crimson, as soon as I say that, able to pop it, that rally, trying to hold onto this payload as much as possible, trying to get as much distance as possible. As we're working in overtime here, this is go big or go home here for Redbird Academy. Sam switching on to his ult himself as he is going to get slapped. That was extremely disgusting there as Bagel jumping in there with an ult of himself, not able to connect with anything. Factual coming in absolutely massive there with 2 kills, multiple kills of his own.
Minefields are online here. That's going to be a nice zoning opportunity, but 2 more going down from Illinois Blue. Redbird here is in the overtime bar. They cannot get off this point one bit, and they have to keep rolling it forward into an EMP. We just said that was the most powerful ultimate.
Yeah, and just like how fast Kai was able to build that EMP, right? From one team battle to the next. He has another one, and just as I say that, they are going to use it. But, oh!
No!
Oh! No! Redbird. I don't want to say it. Are you thinking it? I'm thinking it in my head. I'm not gonna.
We're all
I'm not gonna say it.
It's fine.
I'm not gonna say it. Redbird was looking so good there.
Oh, did you just see all the Diva Bomb kills in the feed at the end right there?
Yes.
Oh man, from Redbird. That's okay. It's all right.
You know what?
We're gonna move along, and we're just gonna have the Redbird's gonna have a great defense.
Yeah,
I will say,
you know,
big props to Big. Great there. He did avoid that last EMP from Kai and pop the Transcendence, which is 100% the job you needed to do there for that last fight. Absolutely clutch to be able to enable his team through. I mean, we said EMP is the most powerful ultimate, and that's because in a game where everyone is special, and the reason you're important is because you have special abilities that bring X, Y, and Z to the game that no one else can. Sombra comes through, rips him away, and leaves you stranded. Kai was doing that. Big avoided it. Clutch. I never avoid him. I'm always there with the party. In the kill feed.
No, that was a really good read though by Big. You know, had that Transcendence ready, was able to pop it, but unfortunate things happened to Redbird that we're not going to talk about. We are going to continue on here with this action as Iraq Canada is going to get taken out immediately. Just absolutely gets Alt F4 deleted out of the game there as he is going to start respawning back in as it is now a 5v6 here right off the rip here.
It's going to be tough to dislodge Redbird from this high ground, but at some point Redbird needs to rotate and protect the payload moving.
Yeah, Kai once again in their spawn, able to get 2 kills there. That was a lot of great pressure and a nice flank there from Kai himself. And then, you know, that's what he's been doing, right, the majority of this game. Ever since, you know, he switched, he's just been adding that backline pressure, just trying to be as annoying, just like that thorn in your side as possible.
Yes.
He's just been doing such a good job. As Iraq Canada waffles Patchy, again, the entire team coming along, coming together. It is a party here for Illini Blue. They are able to push that payload extremely fast.
Yeah. Well, we have a lot of changes coming through from Redbird as well. We have Main flipping over to that Sigma and Bagel flipping over to the Cass. So that's going to be, you know, a lot of different opportunities for Redbird. They're going to have the stun available to try and break up some of the plays Illinois Blue are pushing. And with Main on the Sigma, that's a lot more poke potential. And they're going to have that shield to mitigate the damage. I'm surprised.
Yeah,
2 early picks already.
Yeah, I'm surprised as well. Again, you know, Illini Blue, you're adding so much pressure. Eventually, it's a couple of mistakes are going to happen, and just like that, Redbird Academy able to take 2 out. Just like that is now similar to Illini Blue, going to take that high ground, trying to add that pressure, and Factual kind of there by himself, waiting for the rest of his team there to group up together. Payload at a standstill for now, but Sam is just being very pokey as he is going to place his ultimate and get taken out by Iraq Canada. Such a shutdown.
I mean, that's a nanoed Winston right there, being committed to the high ground. A lot of resources going into this fight as both teams are trying to just cap this point here. That's a big EMP coming through from Illinois Blue, trying to get this point moving along. The golden box of victory is slowly approaching, but Redbird has a couple of ults they can try and use. Ooh, with Nova going down, got melted very fast, and I don't think Redbird can come back and touch this. Illinois Blue doing a great job at taking space, and it looks like they, at the nick of time, Big touched, but in the end, it's going to be Illinois Blue taking the series.
And what a great job by Illini Blue. Again, not a single member tried to be a hero this map and try to make any hero plays, right? Factual, again, waiting for his team, wasn't going to get picked off, so they get staggered. They wanted to close this map out, and they did it with style. Redbird Academy had the opportunity to push that payload so much farther, but things happen, unfortunately. But we're not going to worry about it. You know, unfortunately, though, that is the semifinals match. That was a 3-0 in favor of Illini Blue, so we will see you in grand finals. Redbird Academy, thank you so much for, you know, coming out and stuff. And I mean, they did such a good job overall, right? Regardless.
Totally. And they're going to have probably a lot on their mind before we get to the grand finals a little bit later. We still have the semis to cover and to see who they will be going up against and, you know, see what really the competition is going to bring. I really want to point out that Iraq Canada on that Reinhardt was just so devastating. There were a lot of big shatters, and when you're clipping minimum of 2 or 3 people each time, that's a lot of stuns on the enemy, and the follow-up from the DPS capitalizing on those big moments from Illinois Blue, I really love to see. I'm excited to see how they're going to progress as we continue to watch them, but we are going to go over to our next semi-finals match. So folks, we'll be right back and see you in a moment.
understand you, but you fall apart. Even though you told me to get back your heart, I still spin inside your orbit. Yeah. You say that I should probably start to walk away. I'm hoping that you stop and make me have to stay, 'cause I'm floating in your orbit. Yeah, I'm stuck in your space. Just my luck. Put me away, you understand. There's nothing left to say. Pull me back, take my hand. Come on, name, you understand. I wanna stay. 'Cause I don't wanna walk away. 'Cause I don't wanna walk away.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Collegiate Esports Hub, Illinois State University, University of Illinois Overwatch Showdown. If you missed semifinals 1, I feel so bad because that was an insane performance from both teams, but Illinois Blue able to take that sweep 3-0. As we are going into semifinals 2, it is going to be Redbird Black versus Illinois Black. I'm not sure if these are A teams. I'm not sure if these are the maybe
It
equivalent.
looks like we just got word in. It's going to be Illinois Black for the B team, and this Redbird Black is actually Redbird's A team here for ISU. So, gonna be a tough battle for Illinois Black potentially, and looking forward to see what everyone's gonna bring to the table.
Yeah, as we are going to meet the players here, Illinois Black. Gus here doesn't have a fun fact. That is completely fine, though. I'm kind of shy there. Ben Burrito. I like that name. Pixie.
Ben Burrito.
Kill a
it.
Catfish 2. Lao Lin. I hope I'm pronouncing these right. Y'all can kill me in the chat here in Twitch if you want. Or just let me know. I'll see it eventually.
It's a tough job out here, all right?
And just as I say that, we have Jin Nedden here, and that is the roundup here for the roster for Illinois Black. Looking over at Redbird Black now, we have Greatest Muffin, IE Crayons 406, Corrupted Username, Ghostly, Horos, and Fawny Bear. So a nice little set of unique names here, just like we saw in the first semifinals here. Are there any fun facts that are kind of glaring out at you there, Sid?
IE Crowns can speak 3 languages, so that's pretty cool. Highly desirable skill, probably gonna go really far in life, especially since you can talk to everyone. That networking has got to be so beneficial. But really nice seeing everybody here. I'm always thankful we've got some vowels in all the gamer tags, right? Sometimes it gets really tricky, and we do our best, but with Redbird and Illinois Black here about to face off, I am excited to see, we're moving to control once again. It's how we always kick off every tournament, isn't it? Doesn't matter. Always going to start off with control because that is the most neutral style of map. We'll move into escort, hybrid, and then an assault map at the end if need be. This is going to be a first to 3, and the loser will pick the map as per usual. Gutsy, looks like Illinois Black is going to win the coin flip, and Lijiang Tower is where we will be returning to.
Running it back, I can see the Final and I must be fans of Lijiang Tower here, because just as the A team picked Lijiang Tower, now we are here back again. So a little bit of deja vu here.
True.
I'm loving the confidence though, right? And this is a good map too, or subjectively, right? I at least enjoy this map, like what I had said earlier.
It's my favorite control map.
Yes, I'm loving it.
Now,
at least
I
do
have
the
a
best.
question for you. Do you think the reason they both love Lijiang Tower is because the A and the B teams are always scrimming each other at it?
I have to assume, right? Because, again, I'm in college. I'm friends with multiple players on, multiple teams, right? I see a lot of A and B teams scrimmaging a lot,
yeah.
They do obviously get people equivalent to their skill level, but I do see a lot of A and B teams going at it together and kind of learning off of each other, getting some good experience, right? At the very least.
I mean, welcome to sports in general, though. That happens across the board, and that's how you really, grow your B team as well, so they can fill the shoes of the A team eventually.
Yes, exactly. And so I can only assume that's why they ended up picking Lijiang Tower. So I'm super excited, right? Because of how well Illinois Blue played here on Lijiang Tower. I can only hope that Illini Black brings a bit of aggressiveness just as well. And that is one thing we definitely saw there from the last semifinals. So Illini Black, again, on their preferred map here, going against Redbird Black. And looking at the team comps here, a bit of the same, right? You know, compared to last semifinals.
It's the night market. So seeing the Lucio Symmetra roll out, teleporting to the high ground for a slugfest brawl as fast as you can on the point. It's a normal composition we see rolling out, and honestly, speed is the name of the game. There's going to be a lot of pressure here on the DPS to go ahead and just get those big picks, and I love that the Doomfists are already charged up before they make it through the teleporter. Gus is the one to draw a little bit quicker there in the thick of this fight as Illini Black continues to just push forward. Konak there just charging up this Symmetra beam and continuing to lay into Redbird, allowing them to really secure this point here for the opening fight. Wow, good dodge of the punch.
Yeah, Konak, I mean, just had that full charge, right? Completely pressuring Redbird Black, was just able to kind of just hold them into that corner there and able to get those picks accordingly. And I mean, that was a really good opening there by Illini Black.
Redbird, though, does have 84% on their Earth Shatter from IE Crown, so that could be unexpected. And with the unexpected pick coming through onto Cold, it is all in favor of Redbird. A little too soon, though, I spoke, and, well, Illini Black just decided to come back with an even bigger vengeance after Pasta got taken out. Or after Cold got taken out, sorry.
Yeah, and just as you read that IE Crayons had kind of built up his ult so fast, Konak, on the other end, was able to use her wall so efficiently, which is what allowed Illini Black to win that second team fight. So a bit of a slow start here from Redbird Black. Again, at the other end, extremely well hold here by Illini Black, but Redbird Black is going to push just as aggressive back into this third team fight here.
Oh, what a shatter rolling through for Redbird, but it's just a little bit too late. Illini Black threw so many ults at that fight, and honestly, Gus has been opening up these fights with a pick right out of the gate, and he needs to be contained.
And yeah, that's one thing I love the BM a little bit. They come here from Ben Burrito. I'm loving it. But no, just like as you said, Gus is getting these opening picks. He's got to be stopped. Somebody's got to at least try to focus onto him, take him out of the team fight early, because as long as he's able to open up these fights, just as I said, taken out. Ghostly throwing him into the wall there. Konak going to get taken out finally as IE Crayons is very low health. Gus is going to get some high points. Is a bit of a doom fight, but Ben Burrito is going to say good night and good sir to Horus.
Illini Black just took that very, very cleanly. 100-0, constantly pushing Redbird back, and Redbird couldn't quite seem to contain Gus on this Doomfist. He was popping off and really showing Doomfist has a huge one burst damage potential, right? Literally punches you into a wall, you're squishy, you're dead. And that is so devastating when he's finding so much value like that.
Yeah, that third team fight, you saw the amplification matrix coming out from the side of Redbird Black. You were kind of thinking that they were maybe going to do a bit of a damage there, and what we had just been saying, Konak just completely throws Ghostly into the other side of the wall. So a really good start here by Illini Black as both sides are going to converge here in the middle. Seeing a bit of action here early here.
Moving around the pillar, I do like that both teams have gone ahead and gone with a Sombra Reaper composition instead. It's going to be a much more in-your-face brawl style as the damage is just continuing to be laid out. Right now, a little bit of poking back and forth, and there it is, more traction for Illini Black as they continue to just aggress forward and try and find the value. Redbird is holed up here on the point. with possession and, well, trying to just wait for Illinois Black to push in. There's so much outside pressure coming through, and what a fast EMP. Clips 4 people on Illinois Black as Redbird continuing to just hold this point for as long as they can. A nice Death Blossom coming through from Illinois Black to try and turn this point for them, but right now it's a Lijiang tower. They wanted to try and stall it out as long as they can, and at 25%, Illinois is going to go ahead and take it for themselves for the first time.
Yeah, beautiful ult there by Ghostly, but it was just completely null and void as Illinois Black was able to persevere here. And now Gus on the other end, as they are going to have their EMP ready to be popped as soon as they feel like they need to, as the dives are coming in here from Redbird Black. Illinois able to use that EMP there from Gus, as that is going to add so much pressure, confusion here. Redbird Black unable to use their abilities here, and it is just going to be a complete shutdown there. Another win here on the side of Illinois Black.
And it was a really nice job of, once again, Illinois. I mean, we said this about Illinois Blue, using their ultimates consciously and cycling them in a careful way, not overcommitting. It looks like Illinois Black has also learned from their fellow teammates. Redbird, though, looking to push in. They have a lot of ultimates online to try and use this, and with the self-destruct being thrown in their back line, they had to aggress forward. Sound barrier casted by Catfish just saved everyone from the Death Blossom, of course, as they continue to enable their teammates to just boot people off the map. Absolutely nasty coming in from Bean Burrito on this Winston as he continues to boot people around, and Redbird trying to keep alive in this fight, but we are approaching last fight territory.
And we saw 3 ults from the side of Redbird come out there, and still, to no avail, were they able to get, you know, complete control here and getting this map leaning more towards their favor. Illinois Black has just, I mean, like we had said earlier, A and B team, do they practice this map?
Wow, a 5-man EMP right out of the gate from Ghostly, and one-upped right after I just said that. Gus lands a 6-man, prevents anyone from touching, and gives Illinois Black the win.
Wow. A one-up indeed. Both Stombas were just so, I mean, they were able to build their ults so fast there. And, you know, prematurely kind of talking about the A and B team earlier, right? We were kind of
really
saying, like,
prematurely.
Oh, you know, yeah, right. You know, do they practice these maps together? Do they not? Oh yeah, they definitely do. If you came to me and you're like, which one's A team, which one's B team, I wouldn't be able to tell you, because there was just so much pressure, right? I mean, Illinois, sorry, were able to do so well on Lijiang Tower. Redbird Black, you know, I don't know. They weren't able to get these team fights in control or onto their side here. These ults were just so coordinated from Illinois Black. Redbird Black even used 3 ults at one point and still could not get control there. And
yeah, no, I agree. And that is a tough situation to push into, right? You're throwing a lot of resources. You're not quite finding the value in space. And honestly, that's a lot of props to the Lucio players, right? They're the ones enabling the team to be able to move faster, kite away from the damage, or maybe capitalize on someone who's out of position. And Lucio players in general have the most tempo control of a fight than any other character, because you literally can control the speed at which your team can or cannot get a kill, reinforce someone, throw more resources at them, or run away.
yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. You know, they set the tempos right. We got to give a little bit of love to every single person, right? We can't leave out our healers. So and definitely, you know, these Lucios, right? They're able to, like what you just said, you know, either get the team back with the speed boost or get the team in with the speed boost. But Illinois Black winning their map pick. So now we're looking at Redbird Black, seeing what they choose. As I believe we are waiting on that. I'm not exactly sure here.
Yeah, no, they're probably want to get their bearings a bit. They've just seen, you know, Illinois Black go ahead and play quite an aggressive composition, right? And I'm wondering if they were also watching their previous the previous match of the semis, trying to maybe see what might be coming down the line from the Illini teams in general, right? They are a unit. A lot of teams, look, in all traditional sports in general, your teams are going to run similar strats because they're coached by similar people. Shocker. So there's probably a lot to learn watching the series before as well. But honestly, Illinois Black has been killing it here. Their synergy is on point, and if they are scrimming against their counterparts at Lijiang Tower, they definitely need to. They were going to have to be very good at the map and comfortable at the map to stand a chance against that.
Yeah, and this is a grudge match after all. This is the fight of the state. Illinois versus Illinois State, right? They are fighting for, I believe one of their managers said, that the state of the lovely corn. So, but they're also fighting for bragging rights too. They want to brag a little bit towards the end of the semester, like, hey, we are the better team. We have the better A and B team, and Illinois is showing they're putting down a pretty big statement here so far. But I'm sure they've played more than once. I'm sure this is not the first time, especially since they're rivals. So I'm again giving Redbird a little bit of time here, ISU, some time to kind of decide what map works for them. Should they choose their map pick, or have they seen Illinois Black play, or
Kings
have
Row.
less performance? Yeah, Kings Row. Kings Row. That would be.
That's what we had last one.
Yeah, that would definitely. And so, is that something they're considering? Maybe, because that they did just see their previous team play Kings Row. So is that a team that they maybe play against? So I'm definitely excited though.
And I'm excited to see the subs that we're eventually going to get in as well. New subs mean, a new synergy and potentially some new shot calling and opportunities for experience, right? You want everyone to be able to feel like they can perform under this pressure and get the exposure to performing in places like semis and the grand finals. And the more experience that all of these players have being in this environment, being in this energy, and especially being under this pressure, the better that they are going to continue to be and grow. And when you are at the grand finals of the entire region, they will not be nearly as nervous. They will have the confidence and know that they have the chops to be there and, to be squaring off against everyone else.
Yeah, exactly. Especially, right, these semifinals are set up as A versus B team on both sides, right? So this team, Illinois Black, is again objectively the I don't want to say lesser, right? Because that just sounds sort of moralizing, but technically they are the B team, but they're trying to prove themselves. They have so much to prove here. Not only is it being a grudge match, not only are they slightly lesser SR maybe than Redbird Black, the ISU's A team, so they have a lot to prove here. And with this first map going in favor of them, that's a whole lot of confidence that they're riding on, and they want to keep the momentum. They want to keep that tempo. And man, I feel like there's hits and misses here. We're calling out the team comps in their last second switching up on us, but we are right on this one, as we are seeing Kings Row coming out here from the side of Redbird.
Well, and I wonder, we talk about these A and B teams, right? So I know what it's like to be on both. And when you are on the B team, you know that you have a lot of opportunity to grow. And a lot of people on the B team also have their eye on being on the A team. So I'm sure that Illinois Black is loving this opportunity to really strut their stuff and show, hey, we might be on the B team in name, but we can compete just as well as the A team. And, that's how everyone keeps driving and moving forward. And it's good to have that motivation for them to know that they can move up.
Very well put, as Ben Burrito still using his voice line, come here. I'm loving it. I'm loving this energy from Illinois Black's Reinhardt, as Redbird Black going to come straight out the gate here, bringing the fight here to Illinois Black.
Yeah, we've got Ethereal in here now on this May, continuing to open up as well. Is a lot of aggression straight into the face of Illinois Black. Isn't going to quite work out for Redbird as they want to regroup and just go ahead and come back with a fresh start.
Yeah, nearly mirror team comps here for both teams. We have Pixie and actually no, completely mirror team comps. Man, just as I swear they're in this call right now. They're listening to us. As Core was originally, Core was originally on Zarya, but they have now switched on over to D.Va, and I actually do like that switch. As now both teams.
That's gonna help a lot with the Hanzo as well, and there's the engagement already. Ant Matrix is tough to push into, and well, Redbird does not want any minute of it. They get shredded right after, and once again gonna have to regroup, but this time Pasta will have her Ant Matrix.
Yes, as Redbird Black is 1v1ing Pixie here, as he is able to take him out of mech, but Ghost is going to get shut down there by Pixie. That was an interesting team fight there, way deep into the spawn of Illinois Black.
Yeah, maybe trying to go for a little pick in the back line. Dragon's going to just tear through the entirety of Redbird right there. 3 kills and another punch to follow up. Illinois Black feeling good about this King's Row defense and looking very comfortable on it.
Yeah, Konak, more like Jonak there with, I mean, that was an insane display of skill there. I mean, look at that beautiful ult there. And then just a palm punch there to finish off Baptiste there.
I always love a good boxing match, and well, Illinois Black has a lot of resources online to continue trying to defend this point. The Blizzard now thrown in the mix. Pixie tops it off with the self-destruct over the top, and that is a lot of people caught by it.
Yeah, I mean, back-to-back big-time players, right? We both see Konak taking out 2/3 of Redbird, followed by Pixie with a huge ult there from her D.Va mech. And so now these are just multiple shutdowns here from Illinois Black. And the best thing about this, right, is they only used 1 ult per team fight, as they still have 3 left. Now, wow, as Konak's able... There's just so much going on here from both ends. Konak and Gus both able to use their ults here as well. But now, Redbird Black having 3 by themselves. They do have 60 seconds left. Konak still able to get picks for himself here.
There's the aggression and the wall off coming through. 4-man Earth Shatter going to be in the bag for Bean Burrito, and another kill is going to follow up. Illinois Black did not want to let Redbird here into this point one bit, and now we are in last fight territory with Redbird having quite a few ultimates online to try and take this point.
Yes, Redbird Black, they do have one last push in them, and it is looking pretty good so far. They do have 4 ults. I can only assume they're going to try their best to use all 4. Opening up, I'm only assuming Fonny Bear with his ult there.
Sound barrier enabling both teams now, with Catfishes coming just a hair later. It's going to enable Illinois Black to just continue to try and push forward here, and there it is. Even more kills in their favor, able to dodge the Blizzard rolling through, and Illinois Black doing a fantastic job at a first point King's Row hold.
Wow. I mean, even with 4 ultimates online here on the side of Redbird Black, they still were getting brick walled here by Illinois Black. And I mean, just the resiliency, right? They knew they were at a disadvantage here, you know, ultimate ability wise, and still Redbird was just not able to get anything done there in that last attempt.
But Illinois Black has been doing a fantastic job at giving space. Okay, trying to avoid all of the initial damage and the initiation that Redbird has been bringing to the fights. Redbird went with an early sound barrier from Fonny Bear, trying to be aggressive, trying to really enable their team. Illinois Black, we're already kiting away, wanting to be out of there, giving them space. And then after Redbird's sound barrier had just run out a little bit, Illinois Black pops their own. Catfish enables the team to just come back with an even stronger force and push Redbird back once their own sound barrier had worn off. So a really nice job. And honestly, Illini Black has a great awareness of what ultimates Redbird has been using and trying to mitigate them as much as possible.
Yeah, and just like as you said, looking at these healers, right, we have Catfish still on the Lucio. And a bit of a change here, Konak both now back on the Doomfist as they have a huge dive comp coming forward. Ben Burrito with the Reinhardt is going to leave the charge forward. Konak trying to get as much space here for his team as they have converged on the side. Gus getting into the face there, and that was a beautiful deflect there as he is just going to harass the rest of the players here for Redbird Black as trades are coming in from both sides. Wow. And Illini Black finishing that out in style. Sid.
That was a very clean fight, and I guarantee you Redbirds was not ready for both the Genji and the Doomfist. Okay, a lot of burst damage potential, especially with the dash available from a Genji. I argue that the dash that resets upon receiving an elimination is an overpowered ability when you can just literally tracer zip around left and right. But in the end, Redbird a little bit split up there on the high ground, couldn't quite regroup to get the resources they need once all of that high burst damage from the Doomfist and Genji, I want to say rolled through, but that feels too slow to describe how fast and how aggressive both of those DPS players were just beelining towards the high ground to push them off and bring the damage.
Yeah, as we're just going to take a look back here. Starting off with this beauty, Konak, I mean, just completely single-handedly shut down that push there with the help of the rest of his team. But that ultimate coming from him was just so destructive.
Oh,
as we're just going to look at him. I mean, look at that.
I mean, straight up the middle of Redbird Black right there, and they were in that weird part of the alleyway where there's not a ton of room to really kite to the side. You're kind of stuck right there, and well, there's the dragons just tearing through you, and I'm grateful it's a little bit slower of a death than it used to be. I'm sure we talked about this when we were playing Xbox, Overwatch on Xbox. You remember the beta? I don't know. Oh, man, the dragons on the beta of Overwatch where you just touch a tiny bit of the fin of the dragon and then you're dead. At least now you can endure a little bit portion of it. But in the end, it was so much damage. And that shield break, I think, was really beneficial for Illini Black.
Yeah, you can definitely see, again, we had gone this over before, right? These collegiate teams, they scrim together. They have school on the side. They, obviously, it's their priority. You got to, hey, check your academics. That's the biggest thing. If you don't know that, now you know. Academics first. But secondary priority is definitely scrimming, which is what you can see from both of these teams. Illini Black just kind of taking that edge there, coming up on top, as we just saw. I mean, again, big players making big plays. And, yeah, that now leads us to our third map here, Sid.
Yeah, and we are actually going to go over to Havanah. So I'm very excited to see how this plays out. Havanah has a very long and opening sight line. So a lot of potential for, those sniper characters or maybe an Ashe on that high ground with a Mercy Pocket, which has been such a deadly combination. It's a lot of damage potential. I think more importantly to point out, though, is that here on Havanah, we also see teams do a close hold. I like to call this a full court press because that is exactly what it equates to in the traditional sports realm. And it is when they hold right up at the spawn doors with a Mei and a Reinhardt, and they are aggressive. They're there to burn the time off the clock as much as they can for those initial fights, and then have a really strong regroup when they come back for a second fight and to try and hold just before the first checkpoint. We see Illini Black here showing the Mei, showing the Reinhardt, the other tank name with an R.
Yes.
And it does make me think that they are going to do this close hold strategy. The flashbang in general will be really beneficial, and it is going to be a slugfest.
Yeah, and Redbird Black, initially we had two of the DPS snipers right on their side, but now Ghostly is going to opt out of that and switch on over to Junkrat. And that's interesting. Oh, never mind. This is just a continual thing, right? We call out these hero comps and last second they're gonna switch. And
We gotta
this
be
is
looking
something
at
I
the
wasn't
defense before.
Yes, exactly. This is something I didn't expect, though. Illni Black is going to take the fight to them. This is something similar we saw in the first semifinals. And, I mean, confidence just an all-time high for them as Gus is going to be picking up these kills here, taking out Ghostly out of the sky.
I'm really surprised at this map selection here from Redbird because Illini Black was so comfortable playing that defensive position, King of the Hill style on Control, and they're on King's Row as well. That is the first objective area of a hybrid map, and well, Havanah is a map that really yields it to a very similar strategy. I like that Redbird Black has brought out this pharmacy combo, and there it is. Results already coming through. Ant Matrix in response for Illini Black as they try to continue pushing Redbird back into spawn, but there is still a lot of damage overhead. Redbird has the spawn advantage they need to regroup and continue pushing Illini out of their spawn, and that's going to be enough traction and momentum for them to really try and move this cart.
Yeah, Redbird opening up with a few picks there. They did get responded to by Illini Black with a couple kills of themselves, but Redbird Black ultimately able to win out this team fight here as they are going to get on here on the payload and start pushing it forward. And I really like this pharmacy here, like what you had mentioned earlier, Havanah. You know, you want to get this aerial opposition, right? Especially since you saw how Illinois Black was playing. You do have Gus here with the May wall, so you want something to kind of give you that height advantage, that verticality. Wow, that is a hard word for me. We're going to digress, though.
Illini Black just opening up the fight. You know, actually opening up the fight with a lot more ultimates than I was expecting. What was that? 1, 2, 3, 4 ultimates for that? That was a very expensive defensive hold, and that does give Redbird an opportunity to really get ahead in the ult economy and actually potentially snowball this map.
Yeah, quite expensive indeed, as now they have only one ult online here. Gus close to his amplification matrix as the ult is going to come in here from Ghostly. Wall coming in to try to hold that
shut down in the middle of the shatter. Devastating for IE Crowns as Illini Black just continues to aggress and move forward. And just when I thought Redbird was going to have that great opportunity, man, they hard focused IE Crowns and actually goes ahead and switches over to the Orisa on top of it.
Yeah, an interesting switch there, you know, a bit demoralizing, right, to see that happen. You know, with your Earth Shadow, you really wanted to follow up on that, but regardless,
oh, no.
That ult not able to connect with much.
Okay, a couple self-destructs, they're zoning, but we still have 47 seconds left, right? Illini Black picking up a couple of straggler kills. Redbird, though, still going to have an opportunity for one more solid regroup, okay? They need to actually kite back and, ooh, a good stagger on to IE Crowns. We're definitely in last fight, and it's even more tense because there's only 30 seconds left.
Yeah, this is do or die here for Redbird Black, similar to their, you know, their other team, right? Their B team. They're down 0-2. They have very little time to work with. They are going to whip out that pharmacy again. They do have ults. Golden Pants ult just now running out. Ethereal
shut down in the middle of the Deadeye. There is Ethereal going ahead with a nasty rocket barrage from above. The hit scan out of play means that they can just go ahead and have a free day firing down into the mess below. It is a scrappy fight though. Redbird does not have a lot of manpower, and now it's just IE Crowns taking on the Baby Diva in the process. There it is, reinforcements, and just in the nick of the overtime bar, Redbird able to move this cart a little bit more It's going to be close, though. There is Illini Black already ready here in the front lines for the recontest. They lost one in the back line due to those dragons. The res onto IE Crowns is huge for Redbird because there it is. The supercharger is now available for them, and it's popped just as quickly. They have that damage boost, but they lost their main heals. Holy cow, Widow popping off in the back. 3 kills in a row, and that is going to be so difficult for Redbird to come back from. And the DPS on Illini Black just absolutely carried that last fight.
Oh my lord, Konak!
Dude, I wish we had behind the scenes cams. Your face was awesome just now.
God! Konak! Chris Kyle in the cut! Ain't missing a shot! That was disgusting!
Jeez. What a clutch factor. Wow.
I mean, just when you thought, right, that shed of hope, that shed of light there from Redbird Black, able to get onto that payload in overtime, getting a bit of distance, getting close to that first checkpoint, and Konak says, give me that sniper. I'm going to shut us out here and push us out onto attack this time.
Yeah.
Oh my
Konak,
Lord.
destroyer of dreams. Oh,
wow.
Man. I mean, we see those plays all the time in, you know, maybe not all the time, but we've seen those plays in the professional Overwatch. You see those high-class streamers able to just, let me flip Widow real quick and get the value. And wow, that was a lot of value in a row consistently at a clutch time. And I mean, Illini Black able to stop the payload before the first point.
Yeah, definitely a really great comeback hold there for the side of Illini Black. And now it is their turn. They don't have much distance to push here as they're going to be aggressive as possible with Redbird Black, meeting them with the same sort of energy as they too are going to jump onto the payload here and bring it to them.
Ooh, it is hectic though, and Illini Black going to come out on top after this dash just continues to slice people through. I said it was cheap for a reason because it gets reset and he becomes a tracer after that.
Yeah, and a great team fight here. Illini Black coming out on top there. I really like how Redbird Black did try to match, you know, that level of energy, that level of aggressiveness, but unfortunately it just not pay off in their favor here, as we're not going to really see much of a change here. It looks like they are going to try to run it back here and take it on over to Illini Black, but we will see how that pays off.
Woo. It is a big uphill fight, and now the blade is popped on top of it. It is difficult for Redbird to try and stay alive as we see Gus just continuously he was slicing people from the blade or from his normal dash. Seems to be on cooldown 24/7, and Illini Black going to go ahead, take the series win, and they will be moving on to the grand finals.
I mean, University of Illinois winning both their matches. I would have loved to have seen ISU and the University of Illinois in a grand finals, but now with this being a grudge match, I can confidently say the University of Illinois runs that state, at least in Overwatch.
Ooh. Oh yeah. That's a very good disclaimer right there, right? We don't want to say the audacity of runs the state or all of it, right? But in this Overwatch wheelhouse, they are absolutely dominating it. They have been doing fantastic this entire afternoon, and I am excited to see both of them face off. We already talked about how they're probably scrimming each other all the time behind the scenes. We know the B team and the A team, as much as they're at the same school, there's always, you know, a bit of that friendly rivalry. And Gusty, I am excited to see who is going to come out on top and who is really going to get those bragging rights walking around campus.
No, I definitely couldn't agree more. We're going to see the A team and B team from both University of Illinois take it all here in the grand finals and see who officially comes out on top. But we're going to wait for them to get all situated, maybe get a drink of water here. So we are going to take it to a quick break. We will be right back here for some more Overwatch action.
Yeah, I see it now, I see it now. Real love, now I'll break through to show to you that I'm more good than I am bad. I'll work it out, I'll work it out. And I'll be somewhere that you need me, and I'll be holding my breath, waiting for you to show.
Yeah, I got the juice, yeah, I got the juice. Whip game cool, make them look like cool. Always play cool, that's the biggest rule. Forget what they doing, keep on doing. I've been making loot since like 22. Ask me how I made it right here in the booth. I'm always pursued cause of what I pursue. That's quickness, yeah, I gotta make it, I got things to lose. Boy, you wanna get in my crew, but you can't get in my crew. Me, XL, and Huber, way too fireable. When this joint drop, better call the truth. And when you hear the drop, better raise the roof. Better raise the roof. You already know what happens when we link up. Let's go. Yeah, I got the juice. Yeah, I got the juice. Whip game cool, make them look like cool. Always play it cool, that's the biggest rule. Forget what they doing, keep on doing.
Welcome back, everyone. Hope your breaks were nice. We are back with the grand finals here of the Collegiate Esports Hub ISU versus Illinois University Overwatch Showdown. I'm once again Gutsy, if you're new with us joining here, and my co-caster is Waffles for Sid. We have seen a lot of action today.
Oh, yeah. We started off right. We saw both, what was it? Illini Blue go up against our Redbird team, right? Redbird A. Illini Blue put on a beautiful performance, right? Holding close to the spawn multiple times, really taking that aggressive and initiating those fights. And then we saw their B team, Illini Black, go up against the Redbirds again and their other team. And we saw some very similar strategies from both of the Illini teams, holding, once again, very close to spawn, being aggressive at taking that space. I am really excited to see both of those play styles clash here in the grand finals.
Yeah, you could see the similarities for sure. The ult management, the aggressiveness, you had it all here. And this is why you see both these teams here in the grand finals. We have Illini Blue versus Illini Black. We've already gone through these names, but we'll just do it just for the heck of it.
Well, let's talk about their fun facts instead, okay? We got factual, the aggressive team player. Now, does that mean they're aggressive in game or aggressive out of game?
I'd like to think in game, but then if that's the case, then I would say that would be a fun fact for almost all of them, especially watching them after today.
Exactly. I'm sure it's fun being on Pachi's team since they're the loudest member, so probably set at the lowest Discord volume in the group over there. And Illini Black, actually, we've got, a multi-sport athlete here from Pixie, also plays hockey. So huge props over there to Pixie. I myself used to play water polo, so I have a lot of respect for hockey players since I think it is the one sport that is more difficult. And ice skating is very hard, and getting checked while ice skating is even harder and rougher. So really excited to see, both of the teams going up against each other, starting off on control again, right? We see all the tournaments this way. Looks like the Illini Blue went ahead, won the coin flip, and are we surprised that we've returned once again to Lijiang Tower, Gutsy?
Color me shocked. No, I'm just joking. Totally not surprised at all. Lijiang Tower, we've seen it 3 times in a row here, but you know what? I'm fine with it, right? Because we've seen both Illini Blue and Black, put on a clinic on this map. So now we have both these teams that are so good are going to come together. So I'm hoping to see more of a in the middle kind of fight between both sides here. One team's obviously got to win, but you've seen one team doing so well, the other team doing extremely well. Now we're getting to see how both this A and B team for University of Illinois come together here, and we truly get to see who wins the state here for Overwatch.
Not only is it Deja Vu returning to Lijiang, we are starting off on Night Market once again. We've seen both of these teams roll out these compositions, and based on that overhead map, Illini Black able to actually get their teleporter set up considerably sooner than Illini Blue. Illini Blue not able to make it over there, and they decide to TP straight into the backline, into the heart instead. Kai is the first person to come away with a kill, but there is still exchanges back and forth. Immortality fields on the board and now out of play, meaning death is imminent for either side. Point unlocking here as well, a nice pin all the way up the main line from Iraq, Canada, giving Illini Blue the advantage they need to take the point here for this opening fight.
Yeah, and a beautiful job here by Factual, right? The only Grandmaster on the team here for Illini Blue was able to build his ult so well, and now Amplification Matrix is online. So not only have they won that point, they now have one ult here ready for this push here from Illini Black.
We've seen how effective this wall can be as well from Konak, but what a deadly first pick coming through from Kai. This burst damage potential on this Doomfist has been devastating for both teams that have faced Illini Blue, and honestly, I think we need some containment for him once again.
Yeah, a beautiful hold there, like what I'd said, the amplification matrix from Factual coming out there, giving that team the damage boost they needed to kind of not only do the damage needed, but also getting those picks there to send Illni Black back to their spawns.
This engagement here on the backline from Kai does make him go ahead, commit the Meteor Strike. A nice save there with the Immortality Field, but with it committed so early in the fight, it opens up the doors for Illni Black to go ahead and take the points.
You know, and I got to give a huge shout out, right, to the DPS Kai here for Illini Blue. He's giving me some huge 2019 Worlds, you know, Sinatra vibes here with the amount of picks here he's getting with these punches.
Man, we can hear the battle cry. Come here. We have Earthshatter online. Just kidding, right? Not yet. That's what you get for asking people to come here. They came closer and they just decided to just smash them up against the wall. A lot of picks for Illini Black, and finally able to take this point back here just at the last moment.
Yeah, and a great job there by Waffles, you know, picking up like, hey, we've lost this team fight. We need to reset as fast as possible. And instead of getting staggered, he decides to go ahead and jump off the point there. And so now he's spawning extremely fast, already back onto the side here for Illini Blue as trades coming in here with Ben Burrito opening up with Kai able to answer up with a kill there on the Catfish. As we have both teams duking it out here on the side. Ults coming out left and right. There's just so much action going on, but it's looking like Illini Black is going to hold on to this point.
Illini Black still needs to, I mean, they got to stay on the point here. It's last fight territory if Illini Blue takes it back. And right now they have Sound Barrier and a couple of other key ultimates coming up online. Earthshatter could be a huge opportunity, but Illini Blue has been cycling their old ultimates really, really well, and they have got a handful of their own online. It's going to be about how they're using them to open up the fight, and oh man, is Kai going to get a pick here in the back on someone unsuspecting?
It's a possibility here.
Nah, he's moving up, okay, up towards the main, helping aggress straight through the front line. Sound barrier popped here for Illini Black, keeping them all very hardy, regardless of the amp matrix pop by Illini Blue, and they continue to just move on forward. Catfish keeping the team fast and letting them capitalize on people out of position.
Yeah, a few of ults here from Illini Blue getting shut down. Again, another great hole from Illini Black. We do have Meteor Strike online here for Kai, as can only assume he's going to try to initiate a fight here to open up sight for his team and try to use that Meteor Strike to not only preserve his life, but also, and just like what I said, Kai opening that kill, able to take out the Immortality Field as he's following up with another kill onto the healer here for Illini Black. As now, this team fight going into the favor here of Illini Blue.
Man, just at the last moment as well, 99-99. Illini Blue came back really well, knew they had a lot of ultimates and win conditions because of it, and then Kai actually just came through on the Doomfist using those normal abilities and, of course, bailing out during the Meteor Strike for when he was a little too dicey, but doing a great job at displacing and actually connecting those punches to get those one-shot kills.
Right, and who else other than Kai, right? I mean, he was doing so well as Doomfist in Night Market, and then to open up that last team fight, getting not only a pick, using his ult to reposition himself, and then to get another kill on the Catfish, allowed him to take that first win here on the Night Market.
Those Immortality Fields have been really clutch from both teams. They have been forced out very early due to all of the damage and resources being thrown in these face-tanking fights right here, already moving up through the side room, and with the Symmetra and Junkrat on the table from both sides, that is a horde of damage to push into both directions, right? They know part of this is a spam game, and with both Reinhardts going down, that's a lot of shields off the table. Pressure here on both off tanks to really keep the tempo of the fight, and with the point unlocking, it's going to be capped initially here by Illni Black. They are trying to keep hold of this point. Illni Blue doing a bit of poking as they regroup.
Yeah, as the fights are still coming in here,
wow.
Ben Dorado able to get 2. As Gus getting the kill by himself. I mean, yeah, that was beautiful. A nice little double kill there from the side of Ben Dorado, able to continue to hold and keep that control here onto the side of Illni Black. And it's really fun to see these team comps again. Once again, I mean, this is the same school. This is an A and B team, so of course these team comps are going to be nearly similar. And in this case, that is what is going on here.
Shut down. Nice tire kill here coming through. Illni Black holding strong once again on this defense and not letting Illini Blue even exit or come through the choke points. We've seen both of these teams be very comfortable being in this position, and well, Illini Black wants to take this all the way to round 3.
Yeah, Illini Black doing a great job here answering back here on control tower, and ults are just gonna be coming out left and right here from the sides. Tire from Kai coming out here, able to connect on sorry, to Konak, as it looks like now Illini Blue answering back here, as that is a team kill on the side of Illini Blue answering back there. But man, Illini Black able to get a juicy amount of percentage there here in control tower.
Yeah, at 78%. They're feeling really good. They know they're really close to last fight territory, and if they can be timely with their ultimates, they can really get that advantage. Shatter blocked right there. Oh, not entirely blocked. It does go ahead and catch Catfish and take him down in the process, but the remainder of the team was still standing. They did go ahead and take another hack here at Illini Blue as more are continuing to flood, but you can't push into a jump rat. The spam damage is devastating here for Illini Black, as we saw Kai just continuing to berate them on their pathway forward. The Ant Matrix being thrown here from Factual, going to really put the nail in the coffin for this team fight and send Illini back to spawn. Illini Black back to spawn.
Yeah, and a great trade there, a little bit of a kung fu action there on the side of Pixie, knocking out Iraq Canada, but is not going to be enough as Illini Blue holding back Illini Black as they are able to get closer and closer to that 78% that Illini Black does have. As gosh, I gotta say, Illini Black trying to get out of spawn here, but man, this aggressiveness from both of these teams is just proving to be brutal. Iraq Canada coming swinging for the fences here as he's able to get 2 kills along with the rest of his team. XOJ and Kai answering themselves.
Quintuple kill. You all heard it. Iraq Canada's got to be feeling really good after an Earth Shatter like that. And once again, Illini Blue being extremely aggressive, continuing to just cover all spawn doors, all entrances. They did lose a member in the process, but there it is, a tire coming over the top, going to take down Kona in the process. And well, it is all Illini Blue going ahead and taking Lijiang Tower.
Man, and that was looking really good for Illini Black at first, right? They had this control center on lock at first. They had the momentum, they had the tempo, they were holding Blue back so well, and then Blue were just able to get that control, and then from then on out, it was just them, you know, leading the dance for the remainder of this map. But just as we had expected, a bit of a closer match on Lijiang Tower, right? Not a complete blowout. Both of these teams obviously practice this map a lot, which is why it is their preferred pick, as you could see earlier in these semifinals.
I agree with you there. And, you know, it was not an easy fight for Illini Black, or no, man, this is going to be tough. Illini Blue to win that control point, right? It was not 100-0, okay? It was 99-99 that last round. Adaptations are being made, and it looks like both of these teams are bringing everything they have to this series, right? There's going to be a lot of bragging rights in the back end, especially after this is done. And practices will probably be fun next week.
Oh yeah, you know, they get to talk about it and they're like, oh, we won a tournament and you didn't. But, you know, all is love and, you know, fair and these competitive matches between, you know, A and Big Team, right? But hey, if there's one thing to take away so far, right? Again, this match isn't done yet. We still got Illni Black is in it to win it. And, you know, you can't count them out, especially from the display and performance from them thus far. But man, they have just been putting on a performance. They have been showing that not only this school, but just them themselves as a team has just been performing so well.
Yeah.
But Illinois Blue up 1-0, Lijiang Tower, them for the win, and now we have Illinois Black picking Eichenwalde. You know, I gotta hear your opinion. What is your take on Eichenwalde?
I like Eichenwalde personally. Attacking through this first choke point, I dislike being the attackers, but in general, I think Eichenwalde is a nice map. I really love a change of pace as a caster as well, because, you know, it's not one everyone picks very often. I love the bridge area in the second zone. The entire change-up of the map usually gives multiple different styles of compositions as we progress through the second and third checkpoint. And that kind of variety, I mean, we talked about how the meta is in a good place that you can bring that type of variety of team compositions. And in maps like Eichenwalde, it enables Overwatch to really show all of its colors and possibilities. And that's one of the reasons I still play this game.
Yeah, I could not agree more. We had talked about the unlimited, you know, team comms that we could potentially see in these matches here. And hey, look, a little bit of something new. We have XOJ on the Ashe. Again,
Ooh.
I'm saying it now early. They could possibly switch, but I'm only assuming because they are on defense that
They gotta stay.
yeah, he's got to stay. You're done. Lock it in. I need to see some different King comps, and I love to see a good Ashe, right? But looking on the end of Illini, right, we have Konak on Genji, Gus on Hanzo. You know, I keep doing this to myself. I'm just gonna.
Yep. Oh man, it's okay. You'll figure it out.
They're trolling me at this point, I swear.
Man, well, and look at that. XOJ already taken out of this fight. Taken out in the backline means a res is easily available, but Catfish has just accelerated Illini Black to rush this point obnoxiously fast. Holy cow, I wasn't ready. They've already capped it. There is 6 minutes on the clock, dude. Whoa.
I looked down at my water bottle, contemplating if I wanted to take a drink, right? Because a team fight was about to happen, and then I saw stop the payload. So, that was extremely quick. Wasn't expecting that, but we love to see it. Illinois Black, right? Losing Lijiang Tower, and just right out the gate, they said, we're going to answer back with a little bit of aggression ourselves. We're going to show them that our motivation is an all-time high. We're resilient. We're going to bring the fight to them, and that is exactly what they're doing.
I mean, yeah, that was such a fast cap. Obviously, neither us nor Illini Blue were ready for such speed and aggression to come through, and I absolutely love the change of pace and tempo. This is what Illini Black will need to do to push Illini Blue out of their comfort zone and really take it to the A team if they get this chance. More kills still flooding through, but we are now moving to this bridge area. There's a lot more room to maneuver and navigate around through this high ground, but you're stuck underground. Be careful over there, Kai. Has to commit the duplicate to keep themselves alive and keep the aggression on this fight. Now the self-destruct is available, goes ahead, uses it for some nice zoning, and with that, Illini Blue going to go ahead, stop this payload, but still have some resources online.
Yeah, I mean, you're working with 6 minutes right now, 4 minutes and 30 seconds, and look how far the payload is pushed up already. So even though,
That's
again,
true.
they got stuff, they had to go back to spawn, they have so much time to work with.
And at some point, you're going to get stopped when the other team throws ultimates and win conditions at you. definitely going to be way more difficult losing Cold early in this fight. That also means there's no amplification matrix online, but the self-destruct over the top into the back line from Pixie doesn't quite find what they're looking for. Does force Illini Blue forward, and unfortunately straight into Illini Black, where they continued to fire directly at their face.
Yeah, and look at Illini Blue. Again, they won that team fight, able to confuse, got the high ground, shutting down Illini Black. Curious if they dump all three of their... Oh my lord, XOJ. Love the Ash pick, and just got deleted there.
That's the potential of a damage boosted Ash. So deadly.
I just saw his health bar, and then the UI just go from 100 to 0 absurdly quick. But now Waffle's coming down with an ult of his own, able to only get one there. So Ben Burrito up in the air, that is huge, taking out the main tank there. As now Illini Black in a 5v6.
Ooh, and now in a 5v4 after losing a couple more people. It was a really nice flux there from Waffles, and you saw the live recalculation of moving the flux in response to Catfish's speed boost, right? That was the reason Ben Burrito was the only person caught in Waffles' flux, but still, the follow-up from Illini Blue has been so strong, and now that they have this high ground, I think it's going to be really difficult for Illini Black to dislodge them.
Yeah, as we did see Konak use Deadeye, unfortunately was not enough, but they do have Blizzard here and Amplification Matrix on the side of Illini Black. Curious if that's going to be used. XOJ using Bob.
Man, and Cold is going down early once again. Illini Black, needs to be protecting their backline a little bit more. You cannot be losing your main support, opening up the fights over and over. And when you have something like Amp Matrix online, that is another opportunity for a win condition. I am excited to see this Winston rolling out here from Ben Burrito, and Gus switching over on the Genji.
Yeah, a bit of a team comp change. If something's not working here, they're getting stuff continually, so they gotta adjust a few things, but they do have 3 ultimates online. Pixie getting self-destruct here from that last team fight. XOJ, again, opening up these picks is just so crucial and huge for the side of Illini Blue.
A little bit of an exchange back and forth, and that res onto Iraq Canada is massive for Illini Blue right there. They are back at almost full strength, and honestly, once the res comes through bringing back a tank, it is a very difficult battle to come back to. Oh, we got
Definitely,
Catfish also moving over to the Brig as a new change-up as well for Illini Black.
Yeah, you can tell they're a little bit flustered here because they've changed their team composition a couple times here. Again, 6 seconds, right, was what they were working with. And now this payload has been pushed all the way back here to the very beginning of this first checkpoint. With 50 seconds left, not looking as great as you had hoped if you're a fan of Illini Black.
Ooh, nice defense matrix there, eating the grenade, and well, now Illini Black seems to be finding a little bit of momentum with Bob now on the point, or in this small area. It's very tough, and another res onto Iraq Canada. Oh my gosh, that was so sneaky coming through from Pachi on this high ground, and that could be exactly what Illini needs. Illini Blue needs to continue just easily staying in this fight and holding the high ground once again. We have 15 seconds left, and we are in last fight territory. I'm not sure if anyone from Illini Black is going to be able to get back and recontest. This is some space being taken here from Illini Blue, and we have Flux online from Waffles. He could shut anyone down and rip them off the point in a heartbeat, and there it is. Flux initiated, lifting everyone off. You see the OT bar wick slowly trickling down, and there it is. Going to be a round 1 completion with only 1 point capped.
An initial great start here for Illini Black. We saw them get onto that side, and gosh, record time. I need a time
6
clock,
minutes.
and I need to go back and see how fast they capture that. I guess you could probably do the math there. I'm not very good at math though, so it was extremely fast regardless. Illini Black, out the gates, and just, for a second there, I was like, oh, this is, their map pick, right? They're gonna do extremely well, And then it just slowly but surely, the hope just started diminishing there. Illini Blue kind of feeling their grounding. And I got a shout at AxoJ there. I mean, so many first picks off every team fight there. But,
And
you know,
first picks onto people like Cold routinely, right? First picks onto a main support. Catfish was on that Lucio earlier. And that is so crippling, taking out that longevity of a support from a team.
absolutely. You know, you don't want to go into a team fight already starting 5v6, but whenever you take out healers, specifically Cold here with amplification matrix online, that is just already just a huge, you know, brick wall in your path to winning this second map here. But we just saw XOJ on Ashe. Now we see Konak, the Widow aficionado, here on Ashe as well. So super excited to see, but looking like team comps are more or less the same. We have Kai here on Mei.
I like the Lucy. Oh, geez, Louise. Gus already taking Factual out of this fight. This is why I said I don't like attacking through this first choke point. It is a tough, long way to push up.
Yes, no, I completely agree. You don't really have much room to kind of push through. So again, extreme surprise that Illini Black, when they were on attack, were able. Sorry, yes, Illini Black, they were able to push through so fast. But now, Illini Blue able to get through the site here and persevere, as it looks like they are going to take.
Yeah, they took the point, and that was really fast. Once again, by both of these Illini teams taking this first one. 5:36 on the clock, so not quite as fast as Illini Black overtook them for this first point, but very comparable time. Banks moving into the streets phase here. We saw, what a beautiful pop right there onto Kai. We have Catfish doing the damage in the pocket, and what a great awareness from Konak as well to just boop themselves away. Didn't take the flashbang, but in the end, Pachi is bloodthirsty here on this Lucio. Goes to back up their DPS, and Illini Blue wanting to roll this cart on forward. That was,
yeah, you would love to see
optimistic of a charge.
You know, a bit aggressive, but we love to see it, you know, and good vibes here. You got the payload very, very close to the same distance that Illini Black was at. And now Illini Blue is just kind of taking it here to Illini Black as members for this team going down left and right as they ultimately are unable to do anything. A great map to win, taking the pick of Illini Black, actually. Illini Blue shutting out here, and man, another fast win. I was not expecting this, Sid. I really wasn't. I mean, I was expecting this pot G from XJ, obviously, but I was not expecting Illini Black to go down so fast. I mean, this just shows, right, like how skillful both these teams are, especially watching these semifinal matches.
The speed at which these teams are moving and capitalizing on plays, taking space or giving the ground to avoid the damage that's being thrown out, it's all on the Lucios. Both teams, Lucios, have been doing phenomenal. We saw how quickly people were pushing through the choke, right? The faster you push through choke, the less poke damage you receive and the less resources you have to do to compensate moving into the full throttle fight on the point itself or around the point. So both of these Lucios, I just am blown away by how much tempo control they have over the game and how much they are really enabling both sides of the teams to be in the fights. And a 6-minute time bank is not possible without a Lucio.
No, absolutely. And, you know, looking back on a play here, right, we had, I believe, yes, Konak was on the Ashe, able to get that pick, right, that nice little flick on the Kai. And then Pachi was like, whoa, 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 you don't take on my teammates unless I say you can. And was able to answer back with a +1. So that play was extremely well, right? Illini Blue, they took that point. We love to see healers, right, setting that tempo, you know, get that speed, right, as well as picking up the assist there for their team. So that was an extremely great play there by Pachi, not only picking up the trade there for their teammate, but also getting a +1. So now they have a man advantage going into that push after that first checkpoint.
Yeah, and you know, the mechanics needed to be able to pull off these shots and these maneuvers from all the players in general, I have to say, huge hats off. We're seeing some big shatters. We're seeing a lot of people get booped and slammed around. And, you know, we even got to see the sleep dart showdown between an Echo and Anna earlier from these guys, and they have been doing phenomenal. We are moving into watch point here for potentially the last map, right? Illini Blue is at match point right here in the grand finals, and this is where Illini Black needs to really step up, leave everything they have in this map of Watchpoint Gibraltar, and try and go for this reverse sweep here in the grand finals.
Yeah, this is it, right? Illini Black. You don't want second place. Nobody likes second place, right?
No.
You have that song, second place is the worst, you know, because you're right there. You're in the grand finals. I forgot that song by A Day to Remember.
I know exactly what you mean. Yes.
Second place sucks. I think that's what, I don't know. I can't even remember. I couldn't pronounce.
When you get second place to your sister team, right? Does it feel literally more like getting second place to a sibling versus to, you know, maybe a different school? I know there's already a rivalry. We knew this was an Illinois rivalry, but
yeah. From personal experience, growing up with an older sister who also played video games, who would always stomp me, no remorse, was never easy on me. I would hate it, right? So now Illini Black, I mean, they put on such a great performance.
I'm the eldest. I did it too.
Evil. I despise it, but no, I completely understand. And of course, Illini Blue, being that older sibling, I'm sure is going to want to shut them out and say this is why we are the A team here at our school. But Illini Black, do not cut them out here, as they are going to push off right off the rip. They are seeing that high ground here from Illini Blue, and they're going to say, you know what, we'll go ahead and meet you up there. So they're taking the fight to him here, especially on attack, which is what they need to do here. That payload being escorted already. Waffles coming in down on the Ben Burrito, doing a little bit of damage there.
It's still some poke phase here initially, right? The payload is slowly rolling forward underneath the bridge, and at some point, Illini Blue is going to have to drop down and actually contest it. There it is, a beautiful collapse onto the back line as they were trying to rotate forward to actually move the payload, and with that, Illini Blue has pincered Illini Black next to the payload, and they are just going to keep taking them down one after another.
Yeah,
Punched.
And I mean, a little bit ad-lib. Yeah, XOJ, that was a nice punch into the face of Konak there, as Illini Black moving that payload just a little bit, but are ultimately going to get stuffed here by Illini Blue. So now a little bit of a team comp back in the spawn, and they're going to kind of compose, try to see what they can do. But there is a little bit of pick here from Iraq Canada, who was trying to add a little bit of a, poke and prod here, but is going to go down. So now I'm curious to see if Illini Black takes this man advantage here.
They do have a bit of an advantage as they continue to rush forward, and well, Iraq Canada will get back kind of fast, but there's still some room to capitalize, right? Self-destruct here thrown over the top, and it catches Catfish in the process. Illini Blue still aggressing to try and keep Illini Black off this payload, and with the duplicate committed from XOJ, it might have been a bit of overkill.
Yeah, wasn't necessarily needed, but, he popped it, so it is what it is. But, kills are still coming in through and through here for the side of Illini Blue. Once again, we're seeing, a very great start here from Illini Black, and then it just kind of fades away. Not something you want to see if you're a team member or a fan of Illini Black, but with a minute 30 left, again, you have at least a couple more team pushes. Pixie taking a little nap here in spawn with a nice sleep there from Anna as the ult's coming out from Kai, as this is going to be very destructive here. Damage coming in, but as Kai is going to get shut down there.
Little ambitious running into a small room with a Brig and Winston, even if you have the Blade online. Now, Kai and Factual are a little bit out of sync in their ultimate statuses, right? Usually we see Nano Blade very popular of a combination, a high win condition as well. Isn't going to be lining up quite on point, but that probably means we're going to see Factual taking the Nano as that Winston instead. Illini Black has a few ultimates online to try and engage, and as we move into this last fight territory, it needs to be go time for them. Illini Blue is at match point, and if they want to win and come back with a reverse sweep, they are going to have to engage and be aggressive. XOJ already taken out of this fight early. That's a lot of damage off the table, and now the duplicate is committed additionally. Still more damage moving forward here from Illini Black as they go and they need to try and move this payload, but Illini Blue kiting back, avoiding some of the zoning self-destructs coming out, and with that, it's still Illini Blue all in this kill feed. Black is trying to do everything they can to stay alive and stay in this point, but with the Nano committed, the numbers there, Illini Blue going to go ahead and hold this payload right before the first checkpoint.
Yeah, as last second ults are coming out, but looks like it's not going to really happen. Kai, Waffles, everyone on the team of Illini Blue are just shutting down the opposition, which is before them. The last remaining player, Ben Burrito, doing the best that he can to get that time, but it is not going to be enough as Illini Blue has just been putting on a show from start to finish, and an extremely great hold, unable to even get that first checkpoint. And so now, what are you thinking if you're a teammate for Illini Black?
You know, I am definitely thinking that I need to protect my support line a little bit better. They are being hard focused by Illini Blue, but that goes to show you how much awareness and game sense that this team has. Taking down those supports early always means that they are not going to have sustainability in a fight, and that type of target focus and fire gives a lot of advantage to Illini Blue. I thought they did a really good job at recognizing when the supports were just ever so slightly far enough away to just pressure down, burst down. We saw the capitalization come through from Waffles on that diva when, you know, Illini Black was trying to push the payload under the bridge. Ana fell behind a little bit, and unfortunately, that is a death sentence going up against a team like Illini Blue.
Yeah, I got to give a huge shout out to Iraq Canada. I saw specifically as Winston was just being so annoying, constantly attacking the support players, right? That is not something you want to have if you're on the side of Illini Black. Those support players were not having a fun time. That is safe to say. And so now Illini Blue is doing a little bit of a cheeky, I love this. I love this. Waffles leading the charge here as Diva.
This is going to be a bit of a gutsy play coming through from Illini Blue. It is a big risk, big reward potential here. There's so much damage output from XOJ, but they need so many resources pumped into them. Look at that. Heals and Immortality Field committed, enabling XOJ literally all day. Self-heal up as you're finally getting some pressure, but in the end, Illini Blue knew that the name of the game was Enable XOJ on this Bastion, and now they're just rolling the cart on forward. I'm not sure Illini Black is going to be able to make it back.
I am not sure either. It is going to be extremely close. If anything, it's just going to be trickling in, and Kai just taking out 7 right off the rip. 0.4 meters is all we have left for Illini Blue to be crowned our champ here in the Overwatch Showdown.
And Illini Black is not giving this up without a fight. They have come back here just before the box is checked, and at the last moment held off Illini Blue for this fight.
0.4 was all it was left for Illini Blue. But regardless of how close they were, they are going to have to recompose as a team, kind of get back. Now, looking at the ults, we do have amplification matrix here from Factual, and you do have 230 left. Again, Illini Black is backs against the wall. They do not have much room to work with. So these kills, these focuses are going to have to be crucial, right, in order to continue to hold Illini Blue back to try to take this map.
Illini Blue engaging even more with the sound barrier. They go for the duel here as Bastion to Bastion doesn't quite make it, but Illini Blue still filling the kill feed. Gus trying to do hero work and clutch it out for his team, but in the end, Illini Blue rolling it forward and taking the series and the title.
Man, a great effort. Again, hats off, applause to Illini Black, but Blue, you have just displayed a clinical performance.
Yes.
Masterclass performance. I mean, hence Masters, right? You're in Masters, you might as well be Masters. I mean, that's exactly what I saw there. I mean, the team compositions, right? How well I'm sure they communicated, the utility management, the ultimate management,
And
pulling back when you needed to.
Both of
Yes,
them.
being aggressive when you needed to. I mean, every check mark was next to those, right? And this is why they are now the Overwatch Showdown champions, right? I almost want to say Illinois State University and University of Illinois, but in the semifinals, ISU taken out. So really, this grand finals was the same school.
A huge victory.
A and B.
Yeah, it's a huge victory for University of Illinois in general, right? They now hold the championship title of 1 and 2. So that they've got, I mean, as a school, they have to be feeling really good. And hopefully that athletics department is bouncing off the walls, seeing, the up and coming field of esports shining through, the value being brought, and, the players also performing very, very well. It's always good to have a 1-2 finish. And that means University of Illinois has an incredibly deep bench and lineup. Once people graduate, there's still plenty of people left in the tank from the remainder of Illini Black to step up. And Gusty, that definitely intimidates me if I was going up against them moving forward through my esports career.
Absolutely. Watching these two teams play, I hope I never see them in my queue. Well, obviously, I'll never see them in my queues. I'm only platinum.
I'm not.
But regardless. But, obviously that's the case. But if I were ever that rank, I mean, these individuals are scary. I mean, every single member from looking at Illini Blue, right? You had Patchy, who was just so supportive, right? As a healer, factual grandmaster on the team. Amplification matrices were on point. Iraq Cannon and Waffles were just the absolute tank duo. And then, of course, last but not least, you cannot forget XOJ and Kai just doing so extremely well, putting so much pressure on the support players, doing so much damage. I mean, it all just summarized into just an incredible display, which is what you just watched here.
Yeah. And we are eventually, not quite yet, we're getting them set up, but we're actually going to get to talk to Iraq Canada, the main tank there on Illini Blue. We have seen so many fantastic shatters, and Iraq Canada, welcome! Congratulations on your win, and I mean, outstanding performance there just throughout the entire series, both in your first semis and the grand finals, dude.
Yeah, thanks. Great to be here. What can I say?
Oh, sorry. How are you guys feeling after, winning this grand finals championships? You did obviously win against your sister B team. So tell me a little bit more about what's running through your mind.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun here. I mean, it feels great to win against the black team as always, but definitely be holding that one over their heads for ages to come. So, yeah.
Yes, well, you definitely earned those bragging rights. And okay, so I want to talk about you personally on that Reinhardt, okay? The shatters rolling through were so deadly, and a lot of times they would counter a potential win condition the other team was initiating with and instigating the play with. What's kind of gone into your refinement of that hero or as a main tank, because you performed very well today?
Well, I'm a player that likes to press the W key a lot of the time. So, I'm sure people noticed, you guys probably noticed, it's definitely a lot of feast or famine. Just either tip over immediately or kill 6. So, in terms of mindsets, not a lot other than that.
I think, Gutsy, we heard quintuple kill at least 2 times from him in the game. Is that right?
I mean, I couldn't keep track because there was just constant like kills coming in from the entire team, right? But yes, we did. I want to say, if not once, definitely twice, quintuple kills. So Iraq, Canada. I mean, you said you like holding the W key. We saw it on both Kings Row, but specifically Lijiang Tower. Now, those were both your picks from both Illini Blue and Black. So I can only assume that's your favorite map. But I'm curious, like, what's the scrim schedule like for Illinois?
Our blue team, we scrim generally twice to 3 times a week. Sometimes once a week we scrim in our like in-person venue, which is fun to play with the guys in person. But yeah, twice a week.
Awesome.
And then for Black, I think they scrim pretty sporadically.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was the thing running through my mind, honestly, this entire match. I assumed y'all scrimmed a lot more because of how composed y'all were. I think Sid and I both said multiple times, we're like, I would love to be in that Discord call, listen to the comms between both sides, but specifically y'all, because I mean, the utility and the ultimates that were used at like these precise times were awesome. Which actually leads me to my next question, more so to the sides of ISU, right? Personally, again, didn't know too much about y'all going forward before casting, but was never expecting a grand finals between your B teams. So that grudge match versus ISU, were y'all expecting it to be a complete stomp in 3-0?
Well, so going in, what we thought, so apparently the team we played first for ISU, they thought that when it asked for their rank, that it was kind of a joke. So some of their players were just like joking and put like bronze and stuff. So I think they were the highest rated team in this tournament besides us. So we thought we were playing against their B team, but we were actually playing their A team. So we were kind of taking it less seriously towards the beginning, and then going towards the end, we were like, wait a minute, it's getting a little spicy in here. So
well,
but it was a lot of fun playing against them too. They played very well.
You guys looked very comfortable, and you know, all in all, did a very fantastic performance. I also see in the background you got a beautiful wooden Skyrim map, so I'm a big fan as well. Huge props over there, beautiful piece. And I want to say, you know, once again, Iraq Canada, thank you so much for being here on the broadcast, and congratulations on your grand finals win against your sister team.
Yeah, thanks. It's a lot of fun.
All right, folks, that is going to just wrap up our tournament for the day. Obviously, huge congratulations to Illini Blue for taking this grand championship win here against the sister team of Illini Black. Gusty, it was so fantastic working with you, and I had such a great time here. Got anything on your mind before we want to sign off?
I mean, nothing much. Again, all the focus is on them, but as a person who casted their very first Overwatch matches, this was an absolute blast. And I want to thank the players so much for putting on an absolute show and just display of ability and talent. I'm blessed and honored to be able to cast that. And I had a ton of fun. I cannot emphasize that enough.
I did too. And, you know, I wish people could see some of the jaw-dropped expressions we had during just all of the hectic fun today in the games. And we couldn't have done any of it without our production team behind the scenes. They are the people who actually do the hardest work and bring you the real magic of the game, seeing those beautiful quintuple kills and all of the beautiful headshots coming through from those ashes. So huge props and thanks to them once again. Folks, I am Waffles for Sid, and this is Gusty. Feel free to check us out on our socials, and we will see you around the scene.
Made it right here in the booth. I'm always pursued because of what I pursue. That's greatness, yeah, I gotta make it, I got things to lose. Boy, wanna get in my crew, but you can't get in my crew. Me, Excel, and Hoover, way too biased, boy. joint drop, better call the troops. And when you hear the drop, better raise the roof. Better raise the roof. You already know what happens when we link up. Let's go. Yeah, I got the juice. Yeah, I got the juice. Whip game cool, make them look like cool.